Hello everyone, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. In today's video session, we are going to cover another Summer 22 release feature, which is how can we place name and the address record fields directly on our screen flows. Remember, as it is mentioned here, it is a beta release, beta feature, and it is still not yet generally available for our Salesforce users. So we will see how can we place this name and the address fields directly on our Salesforce screen flows. Now with the help of this specific feature, you can create screen flows much faster with the available of the fields that are available in the flow builder. So you can add name and address fields directly on the flow screens. So earlier what was happening, these two fields were not available, and if you want to add the address or the name, you may have to go to that components and add them. So let's see how can we add these in our screen flows. So let's log in into our Salesforce DevOps. Okay, so this is my Salesforce DevOps. So before we navigate to the Salesforce screen flows, I would like to walk you through on the address component that is available on any of the record page. So if you can see, right, I have opened my lead record page. And if you navigate here in the address, so this is the standard component which is provided by the Salesforce. You can see this lookup icon, right? Now, what does this lookup do? Whenever you key in any word, right, like New York or Washington, whatnot, it will search for the related information and it will display the related information here as a drop down, as a list. So you can select which specific information is more appropriate to you. And once you select this, right, what does it happen? Because this is a search lookup, this is something which is powered by Google. So it will look out for all the informations which we are typing in. And as soon as you click on enter, the informations will be updated in the city automatically and state. If you have any zip code and if you have country, it will automatically populate it. Suppose if I am in Northeast 50th Street, right? South Seattle, for example. So here what it is doing, it is typing in the street information here and autofilling all of this information. So this is one of the standard component, this address lookup, which is provided by the Salesforce. Now, whenever you wanted to make use of this, add this address in your screen flows, if you remember, okay, so let's log in into our say screen flow. So I already have the screen flow here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make use of the existing screen flow that I have. And let's open up the screen component. This is a screen component, right? On the right hand side, if at all you want to add the address component, you were using this address component. However, this address component was not having the lookup, whatever is powered by the Google. That is something which was not supported. So we just used to add this component, and the users needs to type in the street, type in the city, type in state, zip code, and the country. So this is something which was provided. I mean, the lookup was not provided by the Salesforce in the components whenever you add it. Now, with the help of the fields, which is a beta feature, this is the dynamic form. So you have to create a record variable in order to access the respective fields. So this is something which is new. If you wanted to access the fields from a specific record, then you can create a record variable. You see here, right? It is mentioning fields beta, and you are agreeing to the Unified Pilot Research Agreement. And if you click on here, right, it will give you more information. To include a record field in your screen, you use a predefined field from a record variable instead of creating a new screen component. There are certain fields time which are not supported yet, but later on, I think in the future releases, most of the fields will be available for our usage. You can create a records, update the records, save the elements and whatnot. So you can make use of this fields beta section, and you can add the fields directly into your screen. So let's not add this. Let's delete this component. So what I'm gonna do is I have to create a record variable as a step one. So if at all you already have a record variable, because I have this record variable already, I can make use of this record variable. If you wanted to create it from the scratch, you can click on new resource, look out for the variable here, type in the name and give it as record, and search for the object, which specific object you want to fetch the details. Accordingly, though that specific object informations will be available. So you see, as soon as I click on this record account, so what it is doing, it is fetching most of the account fields, right? Now let's not use this. I wanted to use the lead. So as soon as you see here, right, I am able to see certain fields are important, required. So it is letting me know that what and all are the required fields. And then here you can see you have the full name. So if you populate the full name here, it will give me object lead, full name, what it will display, name, is it required? Yes. And then at the bottom, it is telling us from the object manager, like, whatever the permissions that you have provided, for that specific object, for this profile, whoever is trying to access this specific screen, according to that specific permissions, they will have access to these fields. Then you can also add this address. So as I was mentioning, the address and the name are the beta fields which are available as a part of the Summer22. You can also add in the address. Here also it gives us the information. And now let us try to quickly save it, or before saving, let's try to debug it and verify how does the address component comes in when I use that. Okay, it's not showing, so it is always save, because I haven't saved it anything, right? So we have to save it. Then if I debug now, I guess I should be able to see those components. You see here, whatever you see here when you type in the name, right? This is also the standard component which is provided by the Salesforce, which has the salutations, first name, last name. The same informations will be available over here. You see, first name, salutation, first name, last name, and then the address component. This is the beauty of the fields, record fields. So here also, whenever you create any of your screen flows, now with this beta feature, where adding the address component and the name component, you can very well go ahead and search any of the values, whatever you key in. You see, this is how you can make use of this record fields from the screen flow, and you can add whatever the fields are available as per the here. Whatever it displays, you can add all of these fields. So that is why, as I was mentioning earlier, right, with the help of these fields, it makes our life easier to build out a screen flow, because you can just directly go ahead and drag and drop the component and then just click on save, and ensure that there is no need to go ahead and go to the components, drag, write down some names, whether it is required, whatnot. So whatever is defined in your object, those will be pulled into your screen. So this is the beauty of this specific beta feature, which is adding the name and the address components, address fields directly onto your screen flows. So that's all we have for today's session. Until we come up with our next video session, please do take care of yourself. Signing off, yours, Namrata Karyala. Bye-bye.